Welcome back, man. I have missed y'all. It has been a hot minute, but it's been like a week. This video it will be going up this weekend. Why? I'm trying to get this out. I have been low-key procrastinating, not even low-key. I've been procrastinating my ass off. But we stopped that here. So today I'm going to be talking about the best sports anime of all time. And in my opinion, it's just not close. And that's Hajime no Ippo. But instead of just talking about it, I want to talk about my top 5 fights in Ippo. And I'm going to kind of go through them, explain why it's a good fight. And I'm not really going to explain why it's in the position it's in, but I'm just going to explain why. You'll notice that I explain a lot more for every fight that is a tier above another, right? So I'm not gonna lie, man, I'm excited to do this. When I watched Ippo, it was one of the greatest experiences of my life, especially the last fight. And it just hit me at a certain level that, like, it kind of felt like how Blue Lock hit me. Blue Lock video, let me know. I low-key got something written for that. But it hit me the way that Blue Lock did, and it just hit me in that way where it was just captivating from the jump, and the payoff was so good at the end. Like, I'm only on season 1, so I haven't watched anything else, but I think I'm gonna start reading the manga from here, because I think the rest of it isn't sub and it's not in dub, so I'm probably just gonna start reading the manga from where I'm at. Let's go through it, man. So let's start off with some honorable mentions, right? We gotta have some honorable mentions, you know? Some of them that they just can't quite make the top 5, but they're great fights. Number 1, the Ippo versus Date sparring match. This was just a good match in general, even though it was a sparring match and nobody was like truly going all out, even though Ippo kinda was. But and Date wasn't at first until Ippo has this unrelenting determination, and he got knocked down, I think maybe 5 or 6 times, and he just kept getting back up, and it was truly one of the best fights. Just an attestment to his determination and his never giving up spirit, and just his love for the sport to even keep boxing somebody like that that's just completely wrecking you. And it's just a good fight. And excuse me if I butcher this, but second honorable mention, Ippo versus Chuwatana. I don't know. Ippo versus Chuwatana. This is the first time we see the Dempsey roll, and it's just a good moment overall, because that Dempsey roll is one of the coldest moves in Ippo, and obviously the most iconic. Number 5, we got Ippo versus Ryo Mashiba. Now, Ippo versus Ryo Mashiba is one of the first real displays of pure fighting spirit in this show, and it hits even harder because of what comes right before it. We watch Miyata get completely eviscerated by Mashiba, and it's in a dirty way. He steps on his foot, and Miyata basically can't move, and he gives him his flicker jabs, and that's how he loses. So going into this match, Mashiba looks like nothing but a dirty hitman with flicker punches and no morals. And when Ippo steps in the ring, we're carrying the same bias. We want revenge for Miyata. Well, at least I do, because Miyata is one of my favorite characters. And one of my favorite boxers. The way he's just a counter puncher, and that's just goated to me. The fight starts, and Ippo can't even get close. Mashiba's distance fighting completely shuts down Ippo as an infighter. It's frustrating at first, until the story starts peeling back who Mashiba really is. He isn't a villain. He's someone with almost nothing, and boxing and his sister are the only 2 things that are in life that don't reject him. The dirty tactics aren't cruelty, they're just a survival move. Once you see that, the fight stops being just about techniques and becomes something deeper. Ippo is battling his shattered confidence after Mashiba breaks his fist. Mashiba is fighting like someone with nothing left to lose. Neither of them will quit. It stops being a contest of skill and becomes a contest of wills. whose body will break first, because neither of their minds will. That's why this fight is pure cinema. It's not just animation or choreography. It's not just a battle of who's going to win. It's a battle of wills, not a battle of bodies, but a battle of the mind. They need the win for two completely different reasons, and it's just about who's going to win.
Post-production Treybo here. I totally meant who wants it more, because that sounds dumb if I just said who wants to win, because I just said that it isn't about that. So I meant who wants it more. So yeah, continue on with the video.
And neither of them refused to give an inch. Number 4, I got Miyata versus, I think his name is Jimmy Sisfar. I don't have it here, but I just do have Sisfar here. After losing to Mashiba, Miyata is stuck. Counterpunching and speed have taken him far, but he knows that they're not enough anymore. So he creates the jolt counter, born from Ippo's instinct to chase the knockout instead of playing it safe on points. But this fight isn't really about beating Jimmy Sisfar. It's about something Miyata has carried his whole life. The jolt counter is a punch his father tried and failed to perfect. And now Miyata has hit that same wall. Throughout the fight, you can still see him figuring out when to fully commit. When the aggression is right, when the aggression isn't, his legs are shaking, his ears are bleeding, but there's a look in his eyes the entire time that says he's not losing this. Even the referee can see it. This is the same fighting spirit that Miyata showed against Ryo Mashiba, the kind nobody else in this show brings quite like he does. And then, right before the payoff, as everything starts falling apart, he asks himself the one question that could end it all. Why do I fight? This single second of doubt is what makes the ending hit as hard as it does. Because he snaps out of it, he slips the punch coming his way and lands the jolt counter. Jimmy goes down. The world goes silent, and when that red towel hits the canvas, it's not just a win. It's Miyata finally climbing the wall that his father never could. And what's the solution? Why does Ichiro Miyata fight? I guess that's something to still be seen in the future. And another thing I wanted to add is that a kid had asked him, like, you don't look like you enjoy fighting. Like, you never smile whenever you win or whenever you're sparring or anything. And at the end of this, he smiles, and it's just such a great payoff, bro. It's beautiful. It's just a beautiful moment for Miyata, especially since he's not the main character, and the fact that he's a side character, he's getting this moment. It was just good, and I enjoyed it a lot. Number 3, we are in top 3 territory. You know what I'm saying? This is where the fights are beautifully written from a narrative perspective and even from just a fighting perspective. So, man, don't make me cry, man. Don't make me cry, man. This is a good fight. This is a beautiful fight. Number 3, Ippo versus Vorg. Or Vorg. I don't know his first name. Vorg is built up as this monster, but not a wild one. And I can't stress this enough. He's the red wolf with the white fang.
Do something!
Fighting on pure instinct with terrifying precision, adaptable at every range, and doesn't stop until the bell rings. From the start, he completely outclasses Ippo, and just as Vorg is ready to finish it, Ippo's body goes on autopilot. Instincts take over, and he starts trading blows instead of just absorbing them. Ippo does what Ippo always does. He survives just until that bell. In round 2, Vorg makes the mistake. He holds back the white fang because he doesn't think Ippo can handle it. And in that exact moment of underestimation, Ippo lands the gazelle punch and drops him. For the first time, we see a crack in Vorg, a kindness underneath all that instinct. But that kindness doesn't make him any less ruthless, and he answers by knocking Ippo right back down. Ippo is at a loss and turns to Kamigawa.
Then what should I do?
And all he says is, do your best. That's it. That's the entire foundation of the trust between Kamigawa and Ippo. Kamigawa has believed in Ippo this entire time, and he's not changing that now. So Ippo gets up, and just as Vorg adapts to match him, Ippo's only weapon left isn't a new punch, It isn't new footwork, it's his refusal to give up, his determination. Two fighters running on nothing but heart, trading blows as time itself seems to slow down. Both are literally holding their breath, waiting to see who breaks first. Vork goes for the White Fang one more time. He misses, and he takes his first real breath of the exchange. And that's all the opening that Ippo needs. The Gazelle Punch lands again, and Vork goes down for good. He tries to get back up and can't, but it doesn't matter. Even on the canvas, he's already realized something bigger than the loss. He's found that he genuinely loves this sport. And after it's over, we get one more look at that crack in Vork's armor. Seeing Ippo's mother makes him think of his own, and for the first time, the sport that he only ever fought out of obligation becomes a sport that he actually loves. Peak, man. I'm trying to tell you, this is peak. This is peak fighting. Like, it's not even just the fights that are written good. It's even the after moments that are written good. And I'm telling you, man, this show is just good. This show is great. Like, bro. Whoo. Watch Ippo. Watch Ippo. Watch Ippo. It's the greatest sports anime. Watch Ippo. Number 2. We in top 2 territory, baby. It can only get better from here. Number 2 is Ippo versus Date. The championship match where Ippo could possibly take the belt. Now, this is a long one, so just bear with me. This fight is the pure soul of All or Nothing. It's the championship. It's everything the story has been building towards the start. Eiji Date is the reigning Japanese champion, and Ippo is the challenger coming for that throne. Before the bell even rings, you can feel the anticipation eating Ippo alive, because Date already planted something in his head that he can't shake.
Your fists are light.
Ippo doesn't even understand what that means yet, so he goes to Takamura, a champion in his own weight class. And Takamura explains that with heavy hands, your fists carry the people who depend on you, the ones who cheer your name, the ones who need to see someone from their town, their country, their home win. That's what gives a punch weight. And Ippo walks into this fight without having fully found that answer. He only has his love for this sport. What follows is some of the best written boxing in the entire show. From the opening bell, Date and Ippo read each other, testing, adjusting, and calculating. Date starts controlling the ring and Ippo can't find his rhythm. Date loads up the corkscrew punch, and even dazed, Ippo blocks it. A message that this won't be easy. Ippo answers with a body blow that catches Date off guard, then forces a clinch and proves he can fight in that range too. By the end of round 1, both fighters are already battered, and Date admits that Ippo is the toughest opponent that he has ever faced. And he's the champ. He's the champ, bro. He's been doing this for a long time. That's just crazy. That's an Ippo upscale. You know what I'm saying? And that's insane. In round 2, Ippo is landing, but he feels nothing behind his hits. No impact, no anything. And we find out that Date is turning his neck before the impact to absorb the blows. Pure experience, pure champion instinct. That just shows his level of boxing and why he's not the champion for just no reason. In round 3, Date capitalizes and drops Ippo. And what stands out isn't the knockdown. It's Date waiting calmly in the corner afterward. No celebration. That's just what a pure experience looks like. Ippo gets back up, but he can't find a way in. Date has a counter for everything. By round 4, Date is giving Ippo a beating, but Ippo still won't stay down. On unsteady legs, he thinks back to Takamura's words and asks the only question that matters. Is this really all I've got? If his body can still move, he has more to give. He lands a brutal uppercut, and then the round ends. Going into round 5, the damage is just about even. But Ippo is slipping. His words to Kamigawa start trailing off mid-sentence, and for the first time in any Ippo fight, we see something new in Kamigawa's face. Pure uncertainty. He takes the towel, not to throw it yet, but just in case. Ippo steps back out and can't even hear him anymore. His mind is checked out completely. And all that's left is pure instinct. Fundamentals, muscle memory. His punches lose their heart because there's no consciousness behind them anymore. Only a body that refuses to stop. Kamigawa feels the weight of that trust and the responsibility of knowing exactly when Ippo has reached his limit. Ippo falls, Kamigawa raises the towel, but Ippo isn't done. He reaches for his mouthpiece, puts it back in, and stands one more time. It's the same resilience that we've always seen, but now it feels like it's costing him something that he won't get back. He squares up, he throws a body shot, and for a second, Date looks intimidated and steps back, but it's a setup. Date answers with the corkscrew heartbreaker, and it's over before Ippo even hits the canvas. The towel is already in the air, and on Kamigawa's face, you can see it. He didn't want to throw the towel. He's not used to that. That's real fear in there. And Ippo takes his first loss. Yes, it's to a champion, but it's still a loss. This is just good writing, bro. This is good writing. Like, this fight is beautifully written, bro. You're not understanding, bro. Oh my gosh. Watch Ippo. Please watch Ippo, bro. Number one. I feel like if you've watched Ippo, you knew that this was coming. Number one is Ippo versus Sendo 2. Now, you hear me as I said 2. They fought once before, but Ippo knocked him out in the 3rd round. And that was also one of the hardest fights that Ippo has had, just because their styles are kind of similar. So you're gonna kind of see that struggle in this fight too. But they changed. I think they haven't fought in a year and some change. I don't remember. But yeah. So this is just my favorite fight. I do think that it's the best fight in the show. It's easily written as one of the best fights in the show. But let's get to it, man. Enough talking. Well, I'm gonna keep talking, but enough talking about glazing the fight. And let's get to the fight, because like I'm still gonna be talking though, but like I'm gonna be talking about the fight though. You feel? But I was talking about the fight before. Lollapalooza. American boxing slang for a punch that ends a match, or for an overwhelmingly superior fighter. A clash between the best, and that's exactly what this fight is. Sendo is the champion, Ippo is the challenger, but this isn't just a title fight, it's a fight for pride. Ippo even says it himself, this doesn't feel like the match with Date. And I think that's because this is real history between them. They've actually fought before. With Date, it was a sparring and never like an all-out match. With Sendo, they've always been on that same level, pushing each other the entire way. You can see it at the weigh-in. Both of them sizing up how the other has improved. Sendo's growth, Ippo's body rebuilt through his training, and in private, Ippo realizes that Sendo isn't calm at all. He's just as nervous, but not a scared nervous, in anticipation. The whole arena is shaking before the bell even rings, because this fight means something to everyone in that building. In that crowd sit Miyata and Mashiba, each with their own rivalry with Ippo. Both there for the exact same reason. Nobody says it out loud, but nobody has to. They're obviously rooting for Ippo. The bell rings, and Ippo comes out swinging immediately. He pulls out the Dempsey roll and drops Sendo in 14 seconds. That's his fastest knockout time. Sendo's corner is speechless, but Sendo gets up on that 8 count and threatens the ref. This fight isn't ending on a knockdown. Someone's getting knocked out. From there, they trade everything. No dodging, there's too much pride for that. Sendo answers with his signature smash and breaks Ippo's nose. Round 1 ends in Ippo's favor on the cards, but in that moment, it feels dead even. In round 2, Ippo starts losing ground and he can't figure out why, until Kamigawa breaks it down in the corner. Ippo trained his upper body, and Sendo trained his lower body. While the lower body gives you power, base, and mobility, that upper body is going to give you speed, precision, and control. And Sendo has the edge. Ippo is visibly rattled and saved by the bell. Round 3 is where this fight becomes something else entirely. No fighting instinct, killer intent. Ippo is genuinely scared, biting on the feint because fear doesn't think strategically.
I'm scared. I'm actually scared.
And that's what makes Ippo who he is. He never denies what he's feeling. He just learns how to fight through it in real time. Right as he's about to go down, his instinct kicks in, and Sendo actually backs off like a punch has been already thrown. For Sendo, this fight isn't just about a belt. It's the one win that he needs to truly believe he is a champion, and not to just be told that he is. In round 4, Ippo comes out on a second wind and lands the gazelle punch. Sendo goes down and somehow gets back up. After that exchange, neither man's feet can move. The bell saves them both. By the next round, Sendo's face is covered in blood and he goes feral, unleashing a barrage so brutal, even Takamura is shouting from the stands. And he never does that. Ippo gets knocked down, he gets up, and then he gets knocked down again. Sendo walks back to his corner and hits his victory pose. Ippo is telling himself to fall asleep, to give up. The exact same place he was, again, against Dante. Kamigawa has the towel ready, and he doesn't throw it. Even after Dante, his faith in Ippo hasn't moved an inch. So if Kamigawa won't count him out, neither should you. Ippo gets up, and he remembers the Dante fight. He's come way too far to leave without that belt. The determination genuinely pisses Sendo off. They trade in the corner, ribs cracking with every body shot until Sendo's ribs are completely shattered. The bell rings, and Ippo asks Kamigawa one of the best lines in the whole show.
Strength. What is strength?
Because both fighters have been chasing this answer to that question their entire lives, long before they've ever stepped into the ring. Round 7, neither man sits down between rounds, because they know that they won't get back up. Everything comes down to their signature weapons, the Dempsey roll against the smash. Only the smash lands, but Ippo answers with a shot to Sendo's already broken ribs, a liver shot and an uppercut off of a feint, and unloads everything he's ever learned as a boxer in one final flurry. Sendo fights to stay conscious, but he can't. Ippo wins. The whole crowd, both corners, everyone in that arena knows that they just witnessed the greatest fight either fighter will ever be a part of. Sendo tells him to stand proud. I see where you got that from, Sukuna. He just beat the champion. Ippo becomes the champion off of a sport that gave him everything: strength, confidence, friends, and the belief that he was never as weak as he thought. The kid who got bullied for being weak has risen past every version of himself that ever believed that. And for the first time since before the fight, he can actually sleep. But his pursuit of strength was never really about the belt. That part is still going. And all we can do is keep watching him chase it, the same way that we're all chasing our own.
Perfect.
So yeah, man, that's top 5 fights, man. I think that this show is the best sports anime, and I can't stress that enough. I have a couple of video ideas that I am looking at, and I'm just kind of trying to see what direction I want to go. I'm thinking about like a best 3 cartoon villains, you know what I'm saying, something like that. A potential Blue Lock video if y'all want that, you know what I'm saying. Man, it's just DreamCon is coming up. I might or might not be going to that because I get cleared for work literally that week. But I might vlog it. I don't know. I don't know if I have a vlogging camera, but I will take pictures and stuff like that if I do go, and I'll take videos and stuff like that. So maybe I'll do a DreamCon review, something like that. Stuff's coming in the future, but there should be another video before I go to DreamCon. Easily, there's gonna be another video before I go to DreamCon. But yeah, that's it, man. Thank y'all for all the support. I seen some love on the Spider-Man video. I really appreciate that y'all appreciate that. I really worked hard on it. It was one of those videos where I kind of struggled to make that video as entertaining as the Sasuke video, you know? So I really appreciate the love. I want y'all to like, subscribe, share it, share these videos with your peoples, and anybody who likes anime, anybody who likes Spider-Man, any of those things, man. I really appreciate the love. It's your boy Trebo, and we are out.